Raja is a machine learning and AI professional with over 5 years of experience. He provides consultation on various topics, including data preparation, model selection and training, evaluation and interpretation, deployment, and best practices for machine learning projects. Ali offers end-to-end solutions, including development of full pipelines, and his expertise span various machine learning models, from vision to text to reinforcement learning to GANs and LSTMs. He is the founder of Islam&AI, and Ali is ranked as one of the top 1% Topmate, Kaggle, and advent of code, and has a strong motivation to help people with their career in life. And he's going to be talking to us about Islam, AI, and big data, using technology to understand the Islamic text.
So my input today would be into how to use AI and big data into understanding the Islamic text. And I think I will try my best to cover as much area as I can for everyone, from beginner to professional. So bear with me. If you have any questions, let me know. So let's get on to it. Let's see. Okay. So we'll start with an overview about AI and big data. So just to explain what AI is, I'm pretty sure most of you know what AI is, but what big data is and how to use those to understand the Islamic text. So big data is a terminology when it comes to data sets which are, well, big. And you can think of the functions which are used by big companies like Twitter or Facebook because they have large data. Those are some of the functions which can be used for Islamic text as well, because Islamic text is not, it comes in the terminology of big data. You can't go around using simple search functions or list functions for that. You have to use big data functions for it. You have to use Elasticsearch for it. You have to use means which you have to map the data in such a way that you can actually encapsulate everything. You can't do that using simple techniques, and you actually have to use big data for it. So the first important point would be to acknowledge the technology that is emerging right now amongst everyone, and then how to use that for the best of it. So a lot of people have used GPTs and LLMs, and that is a great start because I mean, this wasn't there a couple of months ago, and now it is. So I'm really happy to see that. But then we have a lot of other things which also need to be incorporated and used to get the most of it, to get the most out of the Islamic text. So just for an example is the analysis of linguistics, semantics, and it's really important to understand the basic Arabic text, which is written in the Quran, before jumping into the whole debate of, wherever the debate is, wherever the elephants are in the room. So before all of that, you have to understand the Arabic of the Quran. And it's really important to have models which understand the Arabic rather than making models which are only trained on the translations. Because in my opinion, whenever you read a translation or tafsir of a Quran in any language, that is that person's interpretation or that person's opinion, or what he thinks or she thinks is that, right? To actually use AI to understand Quran or Islamic text, you have to make a model which understands Arabic to its core, which understands the meaning of every word, every character. And I'm just trying to, let everyone know that this is something which we have to work on. And then we can leverage big data to have comprehensive analysis of Islamic manuscripts. There are so much Islamic data which is hasn't even made it to the internet, I guess. But for the data that is available, we can leverage big data to actually analyze all the text, and then we can assess it. So the main purpose of AI right now and for the future will always remain to serve us as a research tool, not more, not less, in my opinion. So yeah. That was just an overview. I'll go through some of the codes and some of the data sets along the presentation. So just to go over some ethical considerations, with everyone did, but from my side, it's ensuring AI tools are aligned with the Islamic values. They don't go astray, they don't misguide to such an extent that people are, really put into confusion. And before we, as we have discussed that AI is hallucination, or, accuracy can never be 100%. So we have to teach everyone that, you can't rely 100% on any machine-made machine or any human when it comes to Islamic values, because I mean, you can't uh, blindly rely on anything you read or come across. You have to verify on your own. And that is our ethical consideration, that we have to make this ideology common, that you can't just blindly trust anything. And then addressing the biasness in AI algorithms. So it's common knowledge that there are two prominent groups when it comes to Islam. And when you take information from one group, it has its own biasness, and the other group has its own biasness. So how do you minimize the biasness is a is a challenge for when it comes to AI, because whenever you talk about AI bots, I made an AI bot. There are a couple of other AI bots in this presentation, and you'll see that, where are they taking data from and what are their sources, because AI doesn't know anything other than the source, and what biasness is in that source and how to remove that. So this is just an ethical consideration, and we have to work on that. And I really want to add one thing to all of this presentation, is that it's great that we put AI on a pedestal when judging it, right? So whenever, like Dr. Safi has said, and a lot of other speakers have said, that whenever anyone uses AI, the output is judged very critically, as it should be. I mean, 100% agreed on. But I just want to add that we should also put every other human on the same pedestal when we're looking at their output, sorry. So I mean, that's just my opinion, that when you say that AI can never be 100% accurate, I think there is no human being which is alive or other than Prophet Muhammad, right? Which we can say that, this word is 100% right, this text is 100% right. And when it comes to AI and it makes even a small, problem, we bash it a lot, that, we can't use it, just label it as haram and don't ever let it touch anything Islamic. But I mean, the accuracy percentage is the same thing. Just like yesterday, brother was saying that an AI model or chatbot for Islam is good as long as it passes a few hundred questions. And he also mentioned that there were Islamic scholars that couldn't score 100 out of 100, right? So, I mean, there isn't anything that can be 100% accurate, but at least we have to strive for that. We have to use these tools as they are. They are research tools, nothing more, and nothing less than that. So, that was, I mean, the starting point of the presentation. I'll just go over a couple of tools or a couple of things which I have personally developed and worked on, and I'll share the link of that to everyone so that they can access it. So I'm the founder of Islam&AI, and Islam&AI, I've started working on it back in 2022. So it was before the start of the GPT and AI, wave. So that started fairly minimal and basic. It was just using AI and NLP to understand the Quranic text, understand translations. I tried to make the best of it, and I tried my best. But then GPT came up, and then the current form of the website is just a chatbot for research purposes. But that's just the front-facing thing, which is available to everyone. On the back end, there's a couple of things. So there is a Discord community, which has a lot of tech and non-technical people from across the globe. Then I have a GitHub code base, which is free for everyone. and it has basics AI. So we had a question in the previous session that what about AI other than GPT? So I'll show you guys a little bit of that. And then we have a Kaggle dataset, which comprises of 2 GB of only textual data. And that has been scraped from all over the internet. And it still has a long way to go. And I'll go over a bit of that too. So for the website, this is I hope you can see my screen, right? Right? Okay. So thank you. So for the website, this is just a basic chatbot with some very important disclaimers, and it works just like any other chatbot for Islam. You ask it a question and it responds to you with best. For this, I've prompted it so that it always mentions surah and hadith from the sources it has, and it tries its best to be as accurate as it can. But obviously, no one can claim this is 100% correct. So this is just right now for research purposes, and I strongly tell everyone to use it for that. Nothing more, nothing less. It can't generate a fatwa. It can't tell that if this thing is haram or halal. It just tells you that this topic is mentioned here in the Quran and here in the Hadith, and do what you have to do with that information. But this is just to access that information as quickly as possible, as quickly as a machine can, reference it. Then we have this repository and this code base, which I was mentioning about. I hope this loads. So we have a couple of notebooks, a couple of web scrapers, because web scraping was used to scrape data from different websites. And I've mentioned all those websites in the sources as well. If anyone wants to verify the data sources, that is very much recommended from my side. Until this loads, I will show you guys that. So this is the link for the data set which is collected. So like I was saying, it has dictionary of every word of the Quran. It has lemmas. It has a group of verbs. It has uh, separated every word and text from the Arabic Quran, and it has put it as a noun, as an adjective, the meaning of the word in that context, everything. And this data was scraped from Corpus Quran. If any one of you has seen it, you guys would have an idea about it. And I've just put it in a CSV format right about here. And the purpose of that is just so that we can have it ready to be used by AI, ready to be used by any model, ready to be used by visualizations. And you can do AI-based things other than just making a GPT or LLM. You can actually go through what is there. This isn't loading, that's sad. But the main point of this was, I'll go through it over here. So right now what's done in that notebook is that using NLP to get the top 1,000 words in the Quran, sentiment analysis for each surah, then text summarization, searching, and then similarity index. Similarity index was something which was really exciting for me, because I used it to find similarities of each ayat and each surahs with other ayats and other surahs of the Quran. So it made a really good map. So you could actually visualize how this surah's ayat is connected to this surah's ayat and what's the story behind it. And it's a lot of possibilities once you integrate basic AI, basic NLP tools with the text of Quran. You can make so many visualizations. You can have so many byproducts of it, that it's the possibilities are really endless. So that's